These are the most painful fast food deaths ever, guys.
Raise the roof. It was just another Saturday night in Harriman, Utah. A quiet
Utah?
suburb 30 minutes outside Salt Lake City. At a local Domino's, orders were taken, pizzas were baked, and
Seems
both
like a normal
customers and
day.
employees alike conversed with each other.
Since I'm closing tonight, can I get the ox?
No.
Bro, please.
No.
Please.
Why not?
No! Stop asking me. Just shut up and make pizzas.
My ox is so good, man. Just look. I got Lil Poomp. 6'9".
Lil
Diddy,
Pump?
Bebopa.
Diddy?
Bebopa?
You have Diddy?
Bedoa Booty. I also got Miles, man. Just please, dude. I want to be on ox tonight.
Shut up!
Just let him use the
Taste
ox.
sucks. That's why your girl left you. Just make the
What?
pizzas.
However, amidst all the friendly banter, an SUV tangled in a 3-car accident would veer off its
Oh,
course
no.
and smash directly into the Domino's pizza.
Oh my
And
goodness!
as if the crash itself wasn't bad enough, it would also rupture a hidden gas line underneath the building. Within seconds, fire erupted. Bystanders
Oh
watched
my
in shock
gosh.
as flames consumed the vehicle. Inside, 2 people were trapped. That's when 2 courageous strangers risked their lives, pulling the driver and passenger out just minutes before the SUV
That
was
is
swallowed by the
crazy.
fire. As firefighters rushed in, trying to control the blaze, the building exploded. The blast tore
No
apart the Domino's,
way.
sending debris flying into the night sky and causing significant damage to the businesses next door, a Jimmy John's and a Supercuts. Miraculously,
Oh my gosh.
nobody was injured and everybody survived.
Wait,
Even
what?
the firefighters standing near the restaurant when it
Everyone
exploded
survived?
managed to walk away unharmed. The Domino's, however,
That
was
is
reduced to rubble.
crazy.
What had been a neighborhood pizza joint became the epicenter of one of Harriman's most destructive accidents. The Mayo
Oh my,
incident.
that is
It was
insane. What a
supposed to
crazy
be
start.
Just another quiet evening shift at a Subway near downtown Atlanta. The kind of Sunday where the streets slow down and customers trickle in for a late night sandwich.
Okay.
Inside, 2 young employees were working, doing their jobs, making food, and chatting with regulars. As the customers sat down to enjoy their food, the door smashed open and a very odd-looking man walked up to the counter to order a sandwich. What
Okay.
happened next would quickly turn everybody's night into a complete nightmare. With what seemed like an insignificant and easily resolvable issue, tensions began to rise. The
Oh,
disagreement,
no.
which could have ended with a simple
He looks
solution,
weird.
instead festered, and the customer's anger built up until it boiled over. Words turned into threats. Threats turned into physical exclamations. And before
Over
you knew it, the
fast
psychopath
food?
pulled out a weapon. In seconds,
Oh,
before anyone
no.
could react, fate was already sealed. The 26-year-old woman immediately collapsed behind the counter, unfortunately unresponsive, and her 24-year-old
Oh my
coworker
goodness.
was also terribly struck, but they somehow clung to life. To make it worse, the victim's son was inside the store and witnessed all the
No
horror.
way.
Police
That's
later arrested
scary.
the suspect, a 36-year-old man who lived just across the street. He was charged with multiple felonies and later booked that same night. Investigators said the entire incident started simply because he thought there was too much mayo on his sandwich. Wild Wings.
He just killed someone because there was
It was
too
just
much
after
mayo on his
5:30 p.m.
sandwich?
At a Buffalo Wild
It
Wings
really
in
is
Burlington,
not that serious,
Massachusetts.
guys.
The dinner rush was minutes away, and employees were scrambling to prep the floor, the food, and the restaurant. That's when a simple routine cleaning would escalate into a complete catastrophe. You see, earlier that day, a worker had to mop the kitchen floor with a standard acid-based cleaner. Just a little bit later, another worker followed up with more mopping to prepare for the upcoming dinner rush.
Okay.
The only issue was that he was using a chlorine bleach product. The 2 chemical cleaners clearly state that they should never be mixed, and the
Oh,
employee
no.
had
Yeah,
just
they
begun
don't sound like
mopping
they
the
should be
entire floor,
mixed.
entirely mixing the 2. On contact,
just-
the chemicals
he's gonna
fused
poison
into a
people.
bubbling green explosion. They created a
A
dangerous,
green
foaming,
explosion?
toxic mixture that began pumping out lethal gas at high doses. The fumes spread
Oh,
instantly.
no.
Employees began coughing, their eyes burning, and their lungs felt like they caught on fire. One by one, people ran for the exit, but the floor was already slick with danger.
Oh,
That's when the
no.
manager of the building acted
It's like a
fast and
radioactive
grabbed the squeeze.
waste
He wasn't thinking
place.
about himself. He was only thinking about his team and his customers. He ran out to the floor and began pushing the toxic sludge toward a drain, trying to contain it before more people could get injured. But, unfortunately, the fumes overwhelmed him. His chest tightened, his lungs
Oh,
burned,
no.
and within moments he completely collapsed. Co-workers and bystanders tried desperately to get him outside, but the fumes were too strong.
Did he
By the time
survive?
they got to him, it was already too late.
Oh,
13 people
no.
were hospitalized that day, and tragically,
13?
the only one who didn't make it out was the manager.
Oh my
McDonald's
gosh,
incident.
that's so sad.
It was the early hours of a Sunday morning in Lima, Peru. At a McDonald's in the Pueblo Libre district, the kitchen crew was wrapping up another long, grueling shift. A young 19-year-old woman and her 18-year-old boyfriend were finishing up that night. The two had plans to attend college, and they were both saving up heavily to continue their studies.
Okay.
Unfortunately enough,
Well, that's
this
good.
night would ensure that they didn't ever see that dream. According to police, the 19-year-old was cleaning a soda machine when it delivered a strong electric shock. Her body jolted
Oh,
violently,
no.
not being able to handle the voltage. Gabriel panicked. Desperate to save her, he quickly dropped what he was doing and rushed in to help. But the moment he touched her, the same current began surging through him
Oh
too.
my goodness.
Sadly,
They
it
both got
immediately finished her.
electrocuted.
By the time emergency responders arrived, both of the employees were already done for. Reports surfaced that the 19-year-old had
Oh,
complained about
no.
being forced to clean equipment without proper gloves or boots, while also complaining of being pushed into 12-hour shifts without adequate safety gear.
12-hour shifts?
Tina's Burrito.
Oh my goodness.
It was just another night in Vernon, California, a strange industrial pocket just south of downtown Los Angeles. The kind of place with only a couple hundred residents, but sprawling with massive factories that keep the city supplied. One of
Okay.
those factories is Tina's Burritos, a plant that's been churning out frozen burritos for over 40 years, producing nearly 1 million burritos per day. But on this night, the factory floor turned into the scene of a nightmare. At around 9 p.m., a 19-year-old custodian was tasked with tending to the plant's massive meat grinder. The contraption was full
Oh,
of
that
burrito
doesn't
meat
sound
and was
good.
waiting to be cleaned. And so, as expected to by his job, he began climbing into the inside of the machine to
He
clean it.
climbed inside?
The burrito meat grinding machine was not locked, nor was it secure. It's still unclear as to whether an item fell and caused the machine to turn on, or if an employee decided to try to make another batch of burrito meat.
Oh no.
But, unfortunately, while the 19-year-old was inside of the machine cleaning out the meat, he would hear the industrial mechanism slowly power up and lock into place.
Oh
The man panicked
no.
and shouted for the machine to be turned off, but his cries fell on deaf ears. Once fully turned on, the machine began grinding. His screams echoed
Ouch.
across the factory, finally grasping the attention of workers who then rushed to stop the machine. But by the time it finally shut down, there was nothing anyone could do.
Oh my
Paramedics and
goodness.
firefighters arrived, but the scene was already unspeakable. The young man's fate was already sealed. Unfortunately, he was gone in a way too dreadful to describe. The plant shut down
That
immediately.
is scary.
OSHA investigators arrived, and like similar tragedies before, first responders were faced with the grim task of recovering what was left of his. The process nearly took an hour for them to complete. Life wasn't always like
Oh
this.
my
There was
goodness.
a time where we didn't have a Whataburger or McDonald's, but rather just nuts, berries, and whatever else we could find to eat that day. Nowadays, you have access to places like these for a quick meal if you're in a rush. Fast food is extremely unhealthy, and you should never make it a habit to eat it. But if you do find yourself at one of the stores, have patience with the employees. It's a grueling industry to
That
work
is
in.
true.
With no further ado, have a happy day.
Wow, that was actually very brutal video.